Welcome back to Leafs Weekly, everyone. I'm Mackenzie Krueger, and I'm joined by Thomas West, and we're going to take a look at the Leafs' performances from this past week. To start it off, we're going to take a little look at the standings. The Leafs are now 18-12 on the season and are fourth in the league after pulling ahead of the Barrie Bay Cats. They're actually just 2 games out of third, and do you think they'll be able to catch Guelph, Thomas?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the win on Sunday against the Guelph Royals, that certainly helps out their chances. They're now just within two games back of third place in the Intercounty Baseball League. And last week, we spent the whole time talking about how we thought it was going to be the Barrie Bay Cats and the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round. But if the Leafs are able to catch Guelph in third place, that would certainly spoil that first round matchup. And we know seeding is so important, especially coming into the playoffs in the Intercounty Baseball League. So you can bet that the Toronto Maple Leafs will be pushing for that third place spot.
Yeah, I'm okay being wrong as long as I, keep climbing the ladder. And let's get into last week's games. So we'll start off with Sunday against the London Majors. Now, we did lose 14-8. It was a really tough loss. And Hernandez made his first IBL start and took the loss. But what did you think of his performance?
Well, it's really tough to say. Anytime you give up 8 runs, it's usually not a very good performance. But 7 of those 8 runs were unearned runs given up by Franklin Hernandez, which is insane. And that game was pretty much done after a 7-run second inning for London Majors. And that inning was prolonged a lot by errors as well. Jose Vinicio had 3 hits in the game. Aiden McCaskey was able to get a late 8th inning grand slam, but Austin Wilkie was the guy who really put the dagger in the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, leading off the game with a home run. And the leadoff guy also had 5 RBIs and 2 home runs for Austin Wilkie, and the London Majors really helped him out in that game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more of a positive focus, though. Aiden McCaskey really pushing, for Rookie of the Year now. What do you think his chances are?
Yeah, Aiden McCaskey has had a fantastic season. In my eyes, he's one of the leading candidates right now in the Intercounty Baseball League for that department. And I've talked to some of the veteran guys like Justin Mara about the performances of some of the young guys, Aiden McCaskey being one of them. And man, they have been really, really impressed with what this young kid can do.
That's great. We'll move into Friday's game next against the Hamilton Cardinals, where we won 7-4. There were some injuries, and that's 11 losses in a row for Hamilton. But Mara and Salazzo both had big runs, and they've just been having a great July so far.
Yeah, the Hamilton Cardinals, this is the last game that they played with Justin Gideon in the lineup. Obviously, he was traded away to the Welland Jackfish, and yeah, they have been struggling a little bit of late, as you mentioned, with those 11 losses in the row. A 3-run third inning really helped the Toronto Maple Leafs to a win, and home runs from Justin Mara and John Salazzo, something that we have been seeing a lot from those two guys. That propelled the Toronto Maple Leafs to the win. Dan Mara and Grant Tamani were both 3 for 5 in that game as well. And the Toronto Maple Leafs really emptied out the bullpen in that game. 6 pitchers held the Hamilton Cardinals just 4 runs and dealing the 11th loss in a row for the Hamilton Cardinals.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely more of a bullpen game after the little bit of rest without having the Wednesday game. That definitely helped us showcase a lot of the players. And then on Sunday against the Guelph Royals, we won 16-9, and that broke the Royals' 5-game winning streak. So Castro started pitching for us, and he had one of his best performances of the season so far, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. 7 innings pitched. It's not the longest outing that he's had. Nothing like the one where he threw 134 pitches in a game. He was unbelievably efficient, and calling this game was an absolute pleasure because Castro came out of the mound and he just started throwing strikes, and he was getting ground out after ground out after ground out. The infielders were extremely busy. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs for Angel Castro, and a couple animated moments on the mound as well after strikeouts, as we've seen all season from Angel Castro. So he seems to be really, really getting back on track. And every time he takes the mound, he seems to have a better start than the last. And, oh, by the way, John Salazzo and Justin Mara both hit 2 home runs. So they each have 3 home runs in their last 2 games and propelling themselves up the leaderboard in the Intercounty Baseball League in those departments as well. 5 RBIs for John Salazzo, including a grand slam that he absolutely demolished. That was part of a 7-run 8th inning that proved to be really, really important because there was a grand slam in the 9th inning for the Guelph Royals. But ultimately, it was a 16-9 win. And now Justin Mara has 34 RBIs. That's good for 3rd in the Intercounty Baseball League, and also takes sole possession of 3rd place in the Intercounty Baseball League in home runs as well. Man, has he ever been hot.
Yeah, 10 home runs, that's crazy. And we actually got to talk to Justin Mara last week. So we thought it'd be fun to talk to Daniel Mara this week and ask him, a little bit about what it's like playing on the same team as his brothers this year. I'm joined by second baseman Daniel Mara, who's been having a great season so far. And Dan, I just wanted to ask you, what's it like playing on the same team as your brothers?
It's a lot of fun. Growing up, we grew up at ages where we couldn't really play together. So after our careers, my brother's professional career and our college careers, we had the opportunity to play on the same team, and it's part of the reason why I'm still playing, to be honest. And it's a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun with it too, even off the field, talking about the season and coming to games and carpooling to games. So it's been a ton of fun for sure.
Is there a little bit of friendly competition, unfriendly?
Yeah, it's friendly competition, but I like to let my brothers know I'm still number one for sure.
Okay, so if you had to choose then, who's the better hitter, you or Justin?
Well, that's me for sure. It's not even really close, and he knows that too. You can ask him next time he's out here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for chatting me, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
So great to hear from Daniel. I love the little piece he said about the friendly competition, but let's move into the upcoming games because on Wednesday, we face the Barrie Baycats for the final time this season right here at home. It's going to be a great game if you can make it up to Christie Pitts. And then on Saturday, we'll face the Welland Jackfish in Welland, and that's one of two games against them because they're then playing here on Sunday. So, this is a pretty tough lineup for us, Thomas.
Yeah, no, it's a really tough lineup. You can catch the Barrie Baycats game on Maple Leafs TV. That's on YouTube. And then a couple games against the Welland Jackfish. The first one in Welland on Saturday, and then coming back home on Sunday. That game also on Maple Leafs TV on YouTube. Those are some really tough games. The Welland Jackfish are an incredibly difficult team to beat, doing it with the bats, but most importantly, doing it with the speed on the base path. So a guy like Justin Mara behind the plate, he could be busy on Sunday and Saturday for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, and to stay up to date on everything Maple Leafs, you guys can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again very soon.